They've contested so many finals already in their careers. That's a useful shot from Sue Thompson. That brought out the awkward yellow. But none bigger than the Embassy World Crown, Keith. That's the title that is easily the most meaningful.
Yes, Jim, I'm fully aware of that. Thank you very much.
You didn't want to play in the ladies' final, Keith?
"30 seconds.
And Sue just taking a little bit extra time. We're not used to seeing that from her either. Super long yellow. And that should pave the road for her to be able to take this frame. She's effortless. A breaking out from Sue Thompson. She's well and truly into stride now. And the world champion is leading the former world champion by 2 frames to 1 in this race to 8. And Linda Leadbitter, ever since that cruel fluke, has not gotten out of her chair. But that was a brilliant yellow. Slick as a whistle, that one departed the table. And of course the easy black. A number of ladies that played in the singles event and the team event here in Manchester, all suited up and part of the supporting cast.
That's right, Jim. The full England ladies team is here to watch Linda today. There they are.
Break, trailing 2 frames to 1. Red ball spotted.
That is an absolute monster break there, Jim. 3 reds. The only problem is, I'm not so sure she can get the first shot. But what an awesome break that was. A little bit tricky on the reds here. Of course, she does have the option to go on yellows if she wishes. If it wasn't for where the cue balls finished, Jim, she would definitely nominate reds here.
30 seconds.
Red ball's in play.
Well, with the 3 already off the table, Keith, she's taking your advice. But it wasn't easy.
Yellow balls to play.
Yes, that's right, Jim. The only problem was where the cue ball finished, right in the jaws of the pocket. It made that a very difficult shot. Having said that, if she had have got that, you would have fancied her just to clear up from there.
There were 32 entries when we started out in this ladies' championship from 7 countries. Players from Australia, England, France, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, and Wales came here to contest this championship.
Timeout.
And in the end, as Mike Regan, our referee, grabs the rest for Sue Thompson, it was all for naught. The number 1 and number 2 seeds, holding true to form, worked their way through the tournament to meet in today's final.
It's a fantastic standard of play, this, Jim. It has to be said. It's basically each frame, 1 mistake, and the game's over. And that has been the story in every frame so far.
Well, I've always said that pool is one of the games that men and women can compete on a level playing field. And it doesn't get any better than this, regardless of whether you're watching the men or the women. This is top class pool of the highest standard. Mistakes have been at a premium. And right now, it's Sue Thompson doing the talking. She's leading Linda Leadbitter by 3 frames to 1 in our ladies' final. This was a tricky shot. She had to get the rest and the cue out of the way in a hurry to avoid the foul. And once she accomplished that, the hurdles disappeared systematically. And certainly now, Linda Leadbitter has to have some negative thoughts in her mind. She's got to deal with that. Sue Thompson lost the opening frame, and she's breaking off here in the 5th. And that's the worst thing you can do off the break. That cue ball on the floor, Keith, means
that, of course, it's 2 visits. It isn't 1 shot as we normally have. It's the biggest mistake you can make on the break. Can only think there, Jim, the adrenaline's running a little bit. Puts that, certainly got a weight behind that one.
This is the first real opportunity that Linda has enjoyed. And that's an example really of spending a prolonged period in your chair. Even though she's got the 2 visits, she didn't want to relinquish the first one quite so soon.
I would say though, Jim, out of all the breaks, that has been the only break where all the balls have clustered up. All the other breaks were very, very open. So I think Linda can count herself a little bit unfortunate on this occasion. Having said that, she has got on the suit that she wanted. The yellows are by far the best suit here, and she made sure that she was going to get on them. And it's like I was saying before, I think if she wants to win this final, she will have to resort to her tactical knowledge, because it is vastly superior than Sue's. And I think that we're seeing that now. She's covered both the bottom pockets.
Yeah, Sue Thompson will do everything at her disposal to try and avoid this sort of play. It just doesn't suit her style at all. And there you go. Clearly illustrated there.
That's right. One of the things with Sue, and I think we've seen it in the previous finals when she has played Linda, is that when she gets bogged down like this, she tends to get a little bit carried away, tries to pot her way out of trouble. And then when she makes the mistake, Linda's in to mop up.
Well, there's a look at your house here at the New Century Hall in Manchester, the host site of the 1997 Embassy World Pool Championships. Team championships, men's championships, ladies championships, and tons of interested spectators. And Keith, I suppose congratulations in order for you, the winning captain of the English side.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, it's been a fantastic championship for the team actually, and they've gone completely unbeaten right through the group section, and then in the semi-final and the final we've had 2 very difficult matches.
Well, it was really gut search time against France in the final, but when the tough got going, that's when England got going.
I think you're right, Jim, yeah. I think full credit to Linda here, Jim, because fantastic play this. Here's Richard Brompton, one of our players from the team championships. As you can see, fully engrossed in this match.
Well,
Considering she's been sat in her chair for a couple of frames, it's just fantastic play to clear up like this, Jim.
It really is, Keith. I was just going to say, this is a great effort from Linda, but this isn't easy.
One more brilliant shot needed, though. It was a great shot, controlled the white very well. I think maybe just a soft stun into the middle pocket here and take on a slightly longer black than what she would have wanted.
She just wants to make sure, get it straight in her mind exactly how she wants to kill the pace in the white here to leave the black to the bottom left.
That's as best as she could have done there, Jim, I think, and this is a big black for her.
Linda's husband. Fantastic black. That was the much needed black, and certainly Mr. Leadbitter couldn't be happier. That was a vital frame for Linda. She had lost the previous three. Pulled one back now and trails Sue Thompson 3 frames to 2. Welcome back to the 1997 Embassy World Championship. Breaking off here in the
Open table.
in frame 6. You know, something really interesting I found very funny with regards to this particular event. Sue Thompson, representing Scotland, was born in Liverpool, whereas Linda Leadbitter, representing England, was born in Kilmarnock. I wonder if they got this backwards. Sue Thompson, she wastes very little time. And in fact, she pots balls quicker than Guinness can update their record books on her. She just finished setting a new time of 37.8 seconds in the Phoenix Birkenhead event. She knocked 3 seconds off her old mark. I'm just waiting for that to be included in the Guinness book. She's some performer. And you don't have to tell them, proud parents. I don't know if Linda, or sorry, if Sue is going to be too terribly happy with that, Keith. She hasn't made it as easy as she could have. Might well have intended to leave the yellow in the bottom right, and she's blocked that with the red. And the yellow at the top right as we look. Well, that's close too.
Well, Jim,
Red
bad
balls to play.
mistake. In fact, she's been lucky not to knock the red in, because if that had gone down, it would have been frame over. I think she's definitely got her angles wrong with this shot. As I said, very fortunate not to knock the red in. Having said that, it is bad enough giving the advantage away to Linda now. I'm just looking at where the reds are, Jim. She'll be lucky if she gets out of her chair again.
30 seconds.
And that statement really a measure of the quality of play here. When all of Linda's red balls are on the table, and for you to say Sue might well not even expect another visit in this frame.
Yes, that's right, Jim. For those people that think that ladies' pool isn't quite measured up to men's pool, they better come and take a look at this match, because really this is like the highest standard.
And just to expand on that, all you have to do is look and see what Alison Fisher is doing in America. Winning everything in sight there, the former ladies world snooker champion. I'll bet they're delighted she decided to move to America. Now they're all playing for second place. few more of the ladies that were involved here in the team championship. As you said, Keith, that's the English side.
That's right, Jim, and they're actually the new Embassy World Champions, because we had a team event this year for the first time, and they are the champions, first time out.
So then you guys completed the double.
We certainly did. And they were there shouting for us yesterday, Jim, as well. She hits that so well, Jim. It just like you was going to say, it nearly jumped back out the pocket.
Well, we've seen it happen a few times where it's hit the back of the pocket and swirled back out onto the bed of the table. I'm sure Linda's heart skipped a beat there.
Just looking at the table, Jim, our only real problem is making sure she gets good position on the black ball. So what she's got to work out now is exactly where she's going to leave the cue ball on the final red.
Okay. Well, certainly if she can eventually bring the cue ball into this area to leave the black into the right center, that would appear to be the easiest target.
Oh, it's a great shot, Jim. She's got the perfect angle, I believe, here to stun over and maybe take the black in the same pocket.
Yes, it just depends how Linda feels now. The run through would avail position to the right center, stunning over, black to the same pocket. Her choice. She's just about dead in the circle that I had there.
I think, yeah, she must have seen it, Jim, on the table, I think. Thought, oh yeah, I'll put the white there.
And that's exactly what Linda Leadbitter has done now. She's leveled accounts here in this best of 15 ladies final. All square, 3-3 with Sue Thompson. Good response that, Keith. Just when she could have well crumbled, she's knocked in the black there, as we see, to bring it back on level pegging.
Yeah, it's really a confidence factor, isn't it? She's a seasoned campaigner, been there, she's been behind, she was behind in a semi-final by 4 frames to 1 and come back and won 6-4. She's one of the few lady players that when she is kind of trailing by a couple of frames, she doesn't give up, she doesn't start worrying, doesn't show any emotion whatsoever. Even when she's in front, she has the same stern face that she has now, a picture of concentration, psyching herself up.
Frame 7, Sue Thompson to play.
Perfect response, Jim, really.
Somewhat reminiscent, really, of reigning world men's champion Greg Farron. You never see any expression changes.
Open table.
It's an open table as Linda is starting to pick up the pace here. We've seen terrific breakoffs from Sue Thompson, but the last 2 have deserted her. You mentioned how Linda was down 4-1 earlier in this tournament. That was in the last 16 to Jackie Baker of England. And from 4-1 down, she erased that deficit to win 5 in a row and run home a 6-4 winner to keep her hopes alive here and reach this final.
Yellow ball's in play.
And just watching that pot there, Jim. Long yellow into the top right-hand pocket. Confidence factor, you can see that it's returned. Clearly a tactical move there, Jim. She was trying to cover that pocket. Looking at the table, actually, she's only got the one bad yellow. That's the one near the bottom right-hand pocket as we look.
Yes, just to give you that yellow, Keith.
Although it probably won't pass the red into the pocket, Jim.
30
The
seconds.
option she has, of course, is to put it over the pocket, and with the two reds being on the side rail, it would be a good tactical advantage to have. She's been very unfortunate there, Jim. It wasn't so bad that she rattled the yellow, but of course what it's done is left a gap for the red to go past it.
But just watch how unsympathetic these pockets are. This table has played very difficult right from the outset.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, we found in the team, Jim, that the table is played very, very well, and you have got to be spot on all the time with your shots. It's made for a good play.
30 seconds.
Well, Sue Thompson had an international run to this ladies' final. She ousted Irene Dodds from South Africa, Jeanette Baptiste from England, Paula Sugar from Wales, and Tanya Aiken from Australia. So she didn't play any favorites with regards to country.
I think it just goes to show what a great tournament it's becoming, Jim, because there's so many countries taking part these days. It's got a great international flavour.
Good long red this. She hasn't finished ideally though, onto her next red. But that was a confidence boosting pot. The red along the cushion.
Just watching the table here, I mean, both girls are potting so well. Once again, Sue's only problem appears to be the black. I'm not sure it will go in the bottom left-hand pocket.
This is going to be a difficult red. She's going to be bridging right over the yellow ball. The one benefit, I suppose, Keith, is she isn't going to have to do too much with the cue ball.
No, that's right, Jim. I think maybe just the stun here. And there we go. And it's the perfect angle just to drop behind the black. She can take the black into the bottom right-hand pocket as we look.
Sue Thompson with that black establishes a 4-3 lead over Linda Leadbitter. It's the reigning world champion against the former world champion.
There'll be a short 10-minute break.
And just have a look at the crowd. I think they appreciate the quality of play that we've seen here in this ladies' final. That's Sue Thompson. She currently leads 4-3. That's Linda Leadbitter, both world champions, past and present. And that's what it's all about. The hardware that's either going to be going on Sue Thompson's living room shelf or Linda Leadbitter's.
Reds on, yellow spotted.
Beautiful break. Open table. Keith, Linda still surprising with the power that she imparts in the break shot.
Like I said, Jim, most of the breaks have been really fantastic, haven't they? They've been splitting very well.
Red ball's in play.
The only thing that surprises me a little bit in this match is that Linda hasn't employed a tactical advantage that I feel she has into the play. And I think if she's going to have to go on and win this match, I think she will have to do that eventually.
Well, Linda Leadbitter, after having broken off, in an enticing position right now to carry that through. She'd love nothing better than to tie this match up with a break and out. And she's on reds.
30 seconds.
Come on, Thompson.
I think she'd like to have that one over again, Keith.
Yellow balls to play.
I think it's the worst shot we've seen her play, Jim, isn't it? A little bit out with this one.
I thought she started the first shot attacking minded. Looked like she was going to go for the reds because they were in position where a clearance was offered. Changed her mind in midstream.
And that's one of the things that can happen sometimes, Jim. You know, if you're not quite settled on your shot, you don't really play either, do you? You end up kind of playing something in between, and I feel that's kind of what happened there.
And both ends of it suffer. Sue with her choice of yellows right now, choice of 3 that are on. And that's a good shot. She can remove one of the more awkwardly placed ones now, the one to the right center or the one by the black. I noticed too, just before they kicked off here after the interval, they were having a friendly little chat as they were sat in their seats. That is something you just don't see too often.
No, because they're quite good friends actually off the table, and obviously the biggest enemies on the table. But yeah, just sat there having a chat with each other, talking about the match, talking about the 1 or 2 misses, and that's all there has been.
Beautifully controlled white. This black avails Sue Thompson now a 5-3 advantage in this best of 15 ladies final. She's a mere 3 frames away from retaining the world title. And the last 2 shots for Sue Thompson, exercising pinpoint control of the cue ball, and that always spells a win. And certainly her mother and father feeling a little better than at the outset. 2 frames clear now.
Welcome back. You're watching Sky Sports. It's the ladies' final. Let's get back to our commentator, Jim Weish.
Yes, thank you very much, Jonathan.
Frame 9, Sue Thompson to break, leading 5 frames to 3.
And now Sue breaking off. She's going to want to try and improve on the break she's had. A 5-3 lead at this moment. Noticeably, she slowed the pace down.
Open table.
Well, I guess that's what you call a safety break, that, Jim.
I don't think she can see the yellow on the top cushion. Well, she might not have been able to see it, but she could pot it. And that looks like it's worked out perfectly for her.
Yellow balls in play.
Yeah, I was just looking at this shot before. I mean, that's a fantastic shot, but look how well placed the yellows are. So it was also, Jim, a very brave shot, knowing full well if she had have missed it, she was leaving the yellows for Sue. Another sign that she isn't going to just sit there, she's going to attack as well.
Really, from this position, it would be an earth-shattering blow if she failed.
It's funny, Jim, I mean, just listening to you say that, I mean, the standard has been so high, we just don't expect the girls to miss. Once the balls are in the open, they're usually gone.
Well, both Linda and Sue are really miles above any of the other ladies in the world. I mean, it's almost even money for the double, if not less than even money, at the outset of the tournament.
Do you know, Jim, if there was a bookie, it'd be odds on them both being in the final, wouldn't it? They're so far ahead of the rest of the field. But there is another girl in the crowd tonight. We do have the European champion.
Yes, Sarah Ellerby, a terrific player. You're well aware. I think you've seen her play a number of times as well, Keith.
Yes, actually the last time I was in Jersey a couple of years ago, Sarah was my mixed doubles partner when we won the title out there. And I knew then that she had a great future ahead of her. And she is, I think she's ranked #2 in the UK on the UK Tour list. And she is the present European champion, taking that title away from Linda.
That was a big shot. It just looked a little dicey from the position she had left the white. And this could be a real turning point. You just know that Linda expected to get out from there. It would be a tough pill to swallow if Sue Thompson were to complete the out now. The only difficult area, really.
Timeout.
She's just called a timeout. She's asked to have the cue ball cleaned, and that stops the time clock. These players are under a 1-minute time constraint, and they get a warning at 30 seconds. That's Mike Regan, our referee, just applying the gloves to the cue ball. And there's Ted Tate, our timer. He'll keep a close watch of that stop clock in his hands.
Well, we're seeing it all here, Jim, aren't we? I do believe that Sue had a kick, had the cue ball clean, then got on and miscued. There you can clearly see it, Jim. Proper miscue. Not a foul in pool, of course.
A long ways away there. And I think Sue really has let Linda Leadbitter off.
I think one of the things to note there, Jim, is that after the miscue, she'd obviously lost position. She got down to the pot very quickly, but just look where she had left the cue ball. She had no position whatsoever on the next shot. So for some reason, she seemed to lose her concentration there and rush her next shot.
Well, the difficulty here is holding the cue ball for the yellow to the same pocket. She's elected to play the cannon, and she left it to chance, Keith. I thought she could have held that white there. A soft screw.
It was possible, but even so, she could have maybe took it to the bottom pocket and took the opposite yellow into the right-hand pocket. But for some reason, she just left it to chance. It's not like Linda to do that.
Mind you, it's always easy to say from our position what might look on sometimes isn't. But either way, again, this is probably the scrappiest frame we've seen in this final thus far. Well, Sue just wants to make sure where she intends to leave the cue ball to make life as simple as possible. That looks perfect. Just feather the cue ball out towards the center of the table slightly. Now, I don't know if this black will pass the yellow. Sue's having a quick look. Well, it's got the inside half pocket. and she's right behind it. You can't give the world champion that many chances. Sue Thompson, that time, capitalized heavily. Still exhorting herself on, she now leads Linda Leadbitter by 6 frames to 3. Didn't have a full pocket on this black, but she knew that if she played low, it was either going to go in clean or off the yellow. And Sue Thompson now in a very commanding position in this ladies' final. It's a best of 15. The first one to reach 8 frames. We're either going to have a new champion or a defending champion crowned. And of course, Linda, a 3-time winner of this event, looking to regain the crown that she lost to Sue Thompson.
Frame 10, Linda Leadbitter to break, trailing 6 frames to 3. Open table.
Well, to be fair, actually, the reds are fantastic until that yellow decided to land over the pocket. So with that actually happening, I do believe she will go yellows. She could play a very brave shot and try to play the red onto the yellow and pocket both of the balls in the same shot and then go reds. It's another option. But seeing as this isn't an exhibition, a proper exhibition, I think we'll Sue take the yellows.
Open table.
That will be a big relief to Linda, I think, Jim. She needs desperately a chance to get back in this match. Once again, a sign of just how tight these pockets have been playing.
Well, I think what Linda Leadbitter needs now, in terms of confidence, is a clearance right here. Nothing that a couple quick frames on your side of the scoreboard wouldn't cure.
I think, like I said before, Jim, I think one of the things that has surprised me in this final is the way Linda has gone all out attacking. I feel really should have employed her tactical knowledge to this game, as she has in previous encounters with Sue in the final. I think she would be in front now. But every time she had to give her her due, she has decided she was going to go for a clearance whenever the chance arose. And just the odd miss here and there has cost her dearly. From Sue's point of view as well, who likes to attack, dominate, there's nothing better than seeing your opponent make 1 or 2 misses and give you some easy chances. And to be fair, when Sue has had the chances, she hasn't missed.
Well, it's been a very high standard indeed. Linda opened this match with a victory, only to see Sue Thompson rattle off 3 frames in succession to forge a 3-1 lead. She came back strongly, taking the next 2 to tie it at 3 apiece, and once again, the power game of Sue Thompson took over, and she now leads 6 frames to 3.
Well, Jim, that's a fantastic shot. She's virtually straight on that yellow, punched it through with a touch aside, and she's got perfect position. That's a fantastic shot. Another couple of inches and she would have been snookered behind the 2 reds there. She's going to be delighted with how she's come out of this.
Good shot. Looked like she might have been able to just softly screw up the center of the table or even just feather the cue ball to the cushion, and she's left herself a lot of angle. Obvious choice now to pull the white back over the left side of the table for the black to the bottom right. And to me, that would appear the most natural choice. Keith, I think that was a mental lapse.
Yeah, I think what's happened there, she's definitely gone out of position to leave the white where she did.
Could we have less on sporting remarks,
There, I mean,
please?
what can you say? It's a careless mistake.
Don't mind. 2 visits.
Either way, Sue Thompson right now at the table with 2 visits. And this might well spell the beginning of a reign as far as Sue Thompson is concerned. That may last for a long time, Keith. She is such a good player. She takes advantage. She's ruthless at the table. And right now, in total control. She's going to leave herself a long red to the bottom right. But remembering she's got that miss still in hand. Very accurate cueing. Sue Thompson motoring on. She's just 1 frame away now from retaining the World Championship. It's the Embassy World Title for ladies. That's the name of the game. And she leads Linda Leadbitter 7 frames to 3. Well, she struck this one as sweet as a nut. Even pinching the pocket slightly to leave an ideal angle on the last red. She sure doesn't waste any time, Sue Thompson. Welcome back here to center stage in Manchester for the 1997 Embassy World Pool Championships. Sue Thompson breaking off here.
Yellow ball spotted.
You know, Keith, I have to mention this as Sue has just broken off Linda in her chair. These two are probably going to contest so many finals.
Thirty seconds.
Yellow ball's in play.
Don't think that's quite worked out, Jim. She has another fantastic break. Chose the yellows, just needed to develop that 1 yellow. And as she tried to cannon into the red, that yellow has stuck to the red. There's the problem yellow ball.
That's the problem ball she's looking at right now.
Well, what it looks like she's going to do here, she's got straight on this yellow into the top right-hand pocket. If she is, she can screw down, and I think it will go into the opposite right-hand pocket, and she's just checking that. And if she gets on it just perfect, Jim, this match is over. Well, do you believe it? The ball did appear to go into the pocket and jump back out, Jim. Am I
Red
right?
balls to
I
play.
mentioned earlier, Keith, we've seen this a number of times. Just watch it. Right to the back of the pocket, swirling around and coming out. And what's more, she was on the last yellow as well.
She sure was, Jim. Fantastic positional shot.
It's a game of opportunity, and right now it's knocked on Linda Leadbitter's door.
Be interesting to see what Linda does here, Jim. Whether she just goes for the straight finish or whether she does kind of tie things up a little bit. And I do feel in this match, although she is one of the greatest players we have in the ladies' game, I do feel that if she'd have employed her tactical knowledge to this match, she would have come out slightly better than what she is at the moment. 7-3 down. But there you can see a clear intent just to keep on going for a game. And should she lose this match, Jim, I do believe that's part of her downfall.
Yeah, she developed the awkward red here, but I'm not sure whether she's finished on it. And I'm also not sure whether she can see any of the three reds at the top of the table as we look. So even though everything's out in the open now, she's going to need a very good pot to continue. And the storyline doesn't change.
Well, you have to say, Jim, she's been unfortunate. First of all, when she's developed the red, the only ball that she could pot was this one into the top. She's made a great pot, but just look where the cue ball's finished. Very, very unlucky for her. I'm sure this time we'll see her play a safety.
30 seconds.
I think it would be a bit suicidal to keep going for game here. Well, I'm not really sure what that was, Jim. I do believe that might have been an attempt at a double.
Either way, she's sure racing back to her chair. She's not happy with the effort she's put forth. Really two options here for Sue. I thought she might well have brought her awkward yellow ball off the left cushion and played safe. But does this wiggle down the bottom left? Doesn't look like there's enough room.
Pretty sure it doesn't, Jim. And if she's going to play an attacking shot, maybe the cross double into the middle is her only chance. Well, she went for it, Jim, but been very unlucky to knock the black in.
Well, obviously, with the black knocked in, it's loss of game. So Linda Leadbitter never did have to get out of her chair. And obviously now, the scoreline 7-4 in favor of Sue Thompson. A very strange turn of events. And another look at that. Tried to double the yellow, instead doubled the black. And that's a cardinal sin in the game of 8-ball pool.
Well, I think sometimes when you continuously attack, you've got to accept
12,
that things like that will
break,
happen in this
7
sport.
frames to 4.
It's such an attacking sport.
Open table.
Sue Thompson once again finds herself on the doorstep, Keith.
Yellow ball's in play.
And the yellows looking favorite, just the one awkward one in the top left. That's the yellow right there. If she can get into a good position that she's looking at right now, that yellow will be available.
And this is where the sport, Jim, can be so exciting. because she's got to continue potting the yellows and try and develop this one bad yellow into play. And with having a couple of yellows in that top half of the table, it's possible she could just stun across and remove the red.
Well, right now, the sequence looks absolutely perfect. She can just stop the cue ball in the vicinity, almost on the line she's on now. Well, I wonder if that yellow didn't go, Keith.
Actually, Jim, just looking at it, yeah, you could have a very good point. Maybe if she'd have just rolled the ball in or stunned it in, it might have actually cut. But as you could see, she clearly tried to remove the red just above it.
I thought just staying below where she was looking earlier would have given her the angle to pot this yellow, come out nicely for her choice of the two at the top of the table. Either
Well, there's
way,
a couple of things she could be trying here, Jim. She could actually be trying to play this yellow off the red. If you look very closely, I don't think she can see enough to pot it clean, but will it go off the red and into the pocket? Well, that's what she tried, Jim.
Red balls to play.
absolutely, but I think that was a bit of a, well, I don't know whether it was a mental lapse, or certainly she didn't come down and have a good enough look at it, because it appeared on from the position we're in.
But what it has done, Jim, is give Linda a chance at the table.
Well, Linda's starting to sag her shoulders a little. She's got to guard against that. She's not out of this yet.
Well, I don't believe she actually played the right shot there, Jim, to be fair. The red at the top of the table, if she'd have cut it into the corner pocket, right-hand corner pocket, she could have come round for the other two reds. Now it's Sue's turn to have a go. Same pocket and miss.
Well, they always say that last frame is the most difficult one to win. And right now, Sue Thompson is experiencing that.
Well, Jim, I think she's been very unlucky. The ball just went past, brought the yellow out of the pocket, but it's blocked the red into the top right-hand pocket. So if she's going to continue, looks like she may have to come down table now.
She's just not firing on all cylinders, not like we've come to expect. The three-time ladies world champion is really laboring.
I'm just looking where the yellows are, Jim. I do believe that may be the final nail. That just looks about perfect, Jim.
Got to be careful, though, not to foul. She may, this is going to be close, may have to use the rest. And she's just called time. That's exactly what our referee, Mike Regan, is getting. How is she with the rest, Keith? This sometimes can really be an Achilles heel of many a player.
Well, to be honest, Jim, she plays a little bit snooker. She should be pretty good. What she's actually tried to do there is just cannon into the red and hold for the yellow, and do you believe it?
Total snooker.
She's snookered herself. I mean, if you don't have to cannon a ball at this game, don't do it. It's a sure recipe for a mistake.
Well, even though Sue Thompson has contacted the yellow, she has lost the initiative. The amount of reds that Linda Leadbitter has on the table give her a variety of options. Least of all which is to attack.
Well, to be fair, Jim, that was quite a good long red, and really the shot here is just to put the ball over the pocket and play the snooker.
Well, I think Sue's only alternative now is to take a mighty fling at this and try and fluke it. I think you can mark that one up to Linda Leadbitter now. 2 visits, the foul having been attained. She tried to pot that by massing around the red.
Well, for all our viewers that actually play pool, Jim, and I'm sure there's thousands of them, they'll all know that a frame of pool is never over until that black ball's down the pocket. And when you consider some of the clearances that these girls have made, all of a sudden there's mistake after mistake creeping into their play. And what all this will do, Jim, is actually rejuvenate Linda, because I think she was resigned to the fact she'd lost this for the last 2 frames, and she's been given them on a plate.
Very appreciative ladies' English side. Could have been better, Keith.
Could have been a lot better, Jim. Still got the 2 shots. I think she just made sure of the pot.
And she did there as well. She's proving a tough game fighter. Linda Leadbitter pulls another one back. 7-5 to Sue Thompson in this race to 8. That last red almost came out of the pocket, as Sue's did earlier. But that last frame, Linda Leadbitter has decided she wants to play a little bit more pool before going home.
Welcome back to Sky Sports. It's neck and neck in the ladies' final. Let's get back down to our commentator now, Jim Weish.
A dream final. Thanks very much, Jonathan. She's got to regather her concentration, but Linda does look a little bit more focused. She's not slumping anymore, Keith.
No, she's like that all the time, isn't she? Whether she's winning or she's losing, she just sits there concentrating on what's to come. And the fact that she stole these last 2 frames, Jim, I'm sure will incite her. I truly believe now she thinks she can win this match.
So Sue Thompson breaks off in the 13th frame. It's a 7-5 lead. And having made a ball off the break, she's now in a very strong position. Reds looking big favorite here.
Red ball's in play.
Well, she tried to cannon the black to stay below those 2 reds. Those are always going to be the problem balls. And what's more, as Sue looks on now, the red beside the yellow also falls into that category.
Out of all the frames, Jim, this is probably the worst the balls have split. All the reds and the yellows have all kind of gone safe, and there's another one to add to it. And to be fair, this is really what Linda wants, because I feel if they do go into a couple of tight frames, Linda will have the advantage.
Yes, an obvious chance now for Linda Leadbitter to employ a little bit of tactics that have served her so well in the past. And once again, a clear-cut winner has not yet been decided.
Time out. Foul, 2 visits.
Well, I suppose considering the situation there, Jim, that's not a bad shot. There's so many balls are in difficult positions. She's removing the advantage that Linda had gained just by pocketing the ball that is over the pocket, because it's always a territorial advantage if you keep the balls near the pockets. And so what Linda's doing there straight away is covering another pocket. The reason for that is obviously there's a red near towards the top right hand corner, so that in effect makes that very difficult for her to get at. And I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to develop these 2 yellows on the left hand side rail. She can push one of them towards the bottom pocket as well, but it'd be a nice advantage for her. And I think that's what she's doing.
Well, she's in a strong position now, is Linda Leadbitter. And it's down to Sue Thompson to try and do a little role reversal.
That's a good shot from Sue, attempting to get the ball towards the bottom pocket. These 2 bottom pockets, as we look now, are going to be very important, because if you look at the table, apart from the yellow that's over the top right hand pocket, all the balls are in the bottom half of the table, so the 2 pockets down here are going to be vital for both players.
Once again, both of these girls very well supported. They've got the good luck cards on both of their tables. First 3 years of this Embassy Ladies Whirlpool Championships were won by Linda Leadbitter, albeit her name was Linda Moffat in the first year, and after having gotten married, the name on the trophy changed. But only up until last year did Sue Thompson wrest that trophy out of Linda's grip.
Well, just like I was saying before, Jim, these 2 bottom pockets are very important, and both girls struggling to try and take control. So we've got a little bit of tactical ploy going on at the moment, Jim. And as I said before, if it does come down to that, I would favour Linda slightly.
And once again, here in the New Century Hall, very good crowds throughout this event, very well supported.
30 seconds.
Foul, 2 visits.
Now that's an interesting shot, and I wouldn't say, Jim, that it's the right one, because that ball wasn't actually serving any purpose, if you can understand what I'm saying. And what it's done is give Linda 2 visits, and now she can gain these 2 bottom pockets, like I was just trying to say before. And what she's done is remove the bad yellow, and now she'll pull it over the pocket. And that's fantastic. She's got the advantage now. And that really was a bad shot by Sue. She wasn't thinking clearly there, Jim.
Well, what I was going to say, Keith, is if you wouldn't say it's the right shot, there's no way I wouldn't. You yourself are one of the tactical masters in this game.
Well, someone's clapping, but it hasn't really served much purpose. She has stopped to get into this ball that's near the pocket, but what Linda will do is just roll up to this one on the rail. And of course, if Linda gets the bottom left-hand pocket covered as well, Sue will be in real trouble.
Well, I really do have to confess, I expected a lot more of this style of play. I thought that Linda would do her utmost to try and force this issue, whereas Sue would stay away from it.
Well, it's like I said before, Jim, Linda is so far superior at this game. I'm very surprised that she hasn't kind of decided that's the way she was going to go in this final. And lucky there for Sue. Badly needed that to stay over the pocket.
Yes, a little unfortunate. Had that stayed over the pocket, she would have at least brought it on level terms as far as controlling the pockets.
Well, that's a great shot there, Jim. Back was against the wall a little bit in this frame, so she's pulled out a great pot, and once again will try to cover this pocket. Well, it's not quite good enough. What she was trying to do there was get the ball over the pocket, but also leave the cue ball behind the red that's on the bottom cushion, because Linda can now make sure she gets this yellow in front of the red. And there you go, it's a very good shot. Really, Sue's only shot here is to play the red onto the yellow and leave the red over the pocket, and that would be quite a good shot at this moment.
Foul, 2 visits.
And she's actually given herself a chance here, Jim, with that shot, although she has given 2 visits away to Linda. I think Sue knows that she has took a chance here.
Second visit.
And that's a bit of a surprising shot. I thought maybe she would try and bring both of the yellows into play in the same shot, and then it would be just a matter of potting them. But, well, she's put herself under a bit of pressure here. She's going to have to take this yellow right up the rail.
And make it.
And make it.
And that's not even close. Well, this is probably the most clear-cut opening that Sue Thompson has had. Amazing. She's actually beaten her at her own game, certainly in terms of regaining the initiative here.
Yeah, sometimes when you play these tactical fouls, you are taking a bit of a chance.
Still not easy, though. That black ball isn't ideally placed. But if it passes to the left center, Sue Thompson is in great shape. She can also stun right around behind it and play the black to the same pocket. This for the 1997 Embassy World Championship. It's there! Sue Thompson has done it. She's held on to the title that she won last year in convincing fashion. She's beat Linda Leadbitter at her own game in the deciding frame. A truly magnificent effort.
Well done, ladies. An excellent finish there. And Linda, so close.
Oh no, it was a great potting game. Like the first half, there was hardly anything in it. I think I just missed a few pots, and then as soon as Sue got in, she was clearing up. You know, I was under pressure.
Well, hard luck, never mind. And Sue, well, I think you were surprised. She pushed you all the way, didn't she?
Oh, she's a great player. I mean, she kept coming back at me. I was getting really nervous there. I mean, every time I got like close to the end of there, it was just everything was going wrong. But you can't take away from Linda. She's a great player, and she's always going to push me in every match that we play.
And she played a very attacking game this time, perhaps not what you're used to.
No, I thought she would probably roll the balls over the pockets and stop me potting, but I'm glad she played my type of game, and I'm pretty pleased.
Well done, Sue. She retains her title yet again. Let's go now to Alan Hughes for the presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's wages time. Can I ask you to welcome the presentation party consisting of Wendy Thomas, the Regional Sales Manager of Imperial Tobacco Limited, accompanied by our Tournament Director, George Harwood.
Well done, Pat. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, first to the runner-up, a cheque for £1,000, and our congratulations for a wonderful tournament goes to Linda Leadbitter. Now to the winner, a cheque for £1,500, the wonderful trophy here, and the title of the 1997 Embassy World 8-ball pool champion goes to Sue Thompson. Sue Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, a great champion.
Well, well done once again to Sue Thompson. A superb ladies' final, I'm sure you'll agree. That's it from Manchester. From all of us, goodbye.